Hi, this is Mr. Guy, and this is about the GDP speech. What I want each group and each person to have, I'm going to go over right now. So I want to make sure that each group has their speech that has the 5 facts about the state of the economy and what is the economy doing. Is it growing? Is it contracting? Is it at a peak? Is it a trough? So look at the business cycle and where would it be towards the top, toward the bottom? Is it going down? So if you have questions on that, but do you want to put where it is on the business cycle and then the reasons? Second part of the speech is 4 goals. They have numbers, they have direction. So an example would be GDP is increasing 4% or $720 billion. Employment is going to go up 2% and unemployment is going to go down 2% in the next year. So 4 goals with numbers or percentages and in a time frame. Then you're going to have solutions. The next part is solutions, and they are with basically specifics. They're for each person. So if there's 4 people in the group, each person needs at least one solution. You could have more. If you have 5 people in the group, there's 5 solutions. The solutions relate to GDP, not a specific goal. So remember, they all relate to GDP. And if you do one solution like cut taxes, or if you do one solution like raise government spending, that will increase GDP, that will decrease unemployment, that will increase the number of jobs, that will increase income, it'll increase average income, it'll increase productivity, it'll increase hours worked, it'll increase sales, it'll increase production. So if each person is doing a certain percent, like 1% or 0.5% or 2%, then that means GDP will going up more and unemployment will be decreasing more and employment will be going up more and so on. So I do not want you to say to do this goal, we're doing this. To do this, we're doing this. I want you to just basically give your goals, then give your solutions, and all of your solutions should be one of the following. They should be cut taxes or raise taxes. They should be raise government spending or cut government spending. They should be doing raise tax incentives or cutting tax incentives. For monetary policy, you can raise or lower the discount rate, raise or lower the reserve requirement, or buy or sell T-bills. For tariffs, you can raise tariffs or raise quotas. That's for net exports. You can do work on the underground economy. You can make something that is illegal now legal. That would be marijuana, drugs, prostitution, gambling, any of those things. You can do that. You can change the different types of taxes. Are you going to a flat tax, regressive tax, or more of a progressive tax? Those are the different types of solutions, and all of them will help with your GDP goal. So I will want each group to have all of the numbers for what is GDP now, what is the change for GDP, so what is the change per person, and what is the change to C, I, G, and NX in GDP, and then what is your new GDP, so what is the final GDP, what's going to be the new C, the new I, the new G, the new NX. So I want to see that on a formula, make sure every group has that. That's also a good question for people to ask. Can you show me the numbers? I want each group to make sure that they have the MPC and they picked it in the group. I want to make sure each group knows their multiplier for government spending and the multiplier for taxes. I want each person to realize how much money they're spending and how they calculate it. They should know the government spending multiplier and the tax multiplier if they're using it. And then for each solution, I would like students to actually go into detail. If you're building roads, how many miles of roads? How much does it cost per mile to fix a road or build a road? How many people does it take? What are the materials? What are the costs? You can get estimates, just like in how much does it cost to build a school? How many people work on it? How long does it take? How much money goes into it? I want you to determine where are you going to do these items, and if you're building like schools and throughout this country, where are you going to put them? If you're building roads, where are the roads going to be? The details of this. So I want to know specifics. I want you to spend the entire amount of money. I want you to tell me what you're spending, how much people are making, how many people you're going to be hiring, what is the cost for materials. Give good details, do research. You can do educated guesses. You can make up numbers based on what you're actually found. So you might have old numbers, 2013 or 2012, and you can extrapolate. You can get an example of what is a building cost in, say, Washington, D.C., and use that for Arizona or an average or whatever you might want to do. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but it needs to see your thinking. I want each person to have their own paper with their solutions, their numbers, their facts. So I want you on your paper to have the multiplier, the government spending or tax multiplier. I want you to have the GDP much increase that you're doing. How much does it increase C? I want you to have all of the details about your solution and make sure you have that. I know only one person in the group is going to be doing the GDP formula. I know one person probably will be talking the most, but in this speech, everybody needs to be talking. Everybody needs to share their solutions and be part of it. If you do not end up going on your speech day, you can always make it up, but I'm going to be asking you the questions. I'll be asking and having you go through everything like your goals, your state of the economy, and your solutions, and you need to know your part. Make sure to ask questions and have come up with questions, and also come up with answers for what people could ask you about your speech. So tomorrow you can come up with answers to questions and try to figure out what people are going to ask so you can be prepared. Find holes in your speech and find what is the weakest part so you can be prepared for anything. I want you guys to do a good job. I want everybody prepared. I want you to have as much information as you need. So I want you to have a front and back of a piece of paper with your cheat sheet. If you have any sources like what is GDP, what are the numbers, where did you get the numbers, I want you to have that. So I want you, to share the information, make sure you get everything you need to get your answers. Hopefully this helps. I'm trying to be specific. You can post questions after this video to see any more questions that you might have. I'm going to be doing a review session online tonight, and we're going to be doing probably a video chat, which won't be recorded to YouTube. So make sure you post questions after this. Thanks a lot, and have a good day now. Bye-bye.